1/26, 2025. 5 years ago, Kobe Bryant was taken away from us, from this world, better known as the Mamba Mentality, Mamba forever, the snake, the Black Mamba, like Jesus even, in a way. That's Michael Jordan, but Kobe had a different, it's warm now. Whew, it was freezing earlier, but of course I've been walking about a close to a mile. So, so today it made sense for me to just get out and drop this video, because I've always wanted to do a specific video on where were you on the day that Kobe Bryant passed, and I do try to cover it in some of my earlier videos, and it's never enough, right? It's such a sad moment in time, and it hits differently every time you revisit that topic, because someone as towering as him, his stature, right, his accomplishments, and he was the next Michael Jordan in that he emulated everything, and I grew up in his era as well. So I was lucky to have been alive to see Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant both play this game at their highest levels. But what still blows me away is on this tragic anniversary day, right? It was a tragic accident, an incident, and a tragic loss of not just his life, but I believe 9 others that lost their lives as well. And it could have been prevented if they chose not to fly that day on a foggy day, and life has not been the same since that day, because right after the pandemic, all of the globe shut down. Life changed after that moment, right? So here we are 5 years ahead since that time, and I have footage of what I was doing at that time. I bought my first AMG C63S car. Sorry guys, my gimbal is all bouncing, but that's the day before that I had purchased my first AMG C63S ever, dream car, and I was building up to it. I was doing really well at work during that time in Silicon Valley, and everything came together for me, and so I was able to finally hit up the dealership in Pleasanton, California, and finally make my purchase. I was very, very excited, and then I was heading out to a shoot the following day. One of my best friends, who later moved to Southern Cal, LA, and then on my way to the shoot, on my drive, I got a phone call from my brother advising me what had happened, right? And so I pull over from the freeway during the shoot, off and on, right, during the shoot, and I just couldn't believe it, and I just really broke down in disbelief. Hold on a second, I'm trying not to get people in the background here. Pull over and tried my best to think this was a prank, and I was hoping my brother was going to tell me that this is all a lie and this is a big prank and a joke. But then surely enough, you see tweets go off, people posting on Instagram, the news flashes, right? It's hard to miss it. And then it all set in like, wow, this has really happened. And then you start processing it, and it's never enough. You can tell I'm lost for words, right? Just going back in time, because it puts me right there. It puts me back into 2020. And as I look back, life, the climate, the globe has changed significantly. There's so many things that have happened since that day, since that time. Look at LA now with all the fires, with the flooding, right? The fires, the flooding across the world. New Orleans, I think there was a flooding there. But just the last 5 years have been so tumultuous. Um, and one of the things that I read Kobe Bryant's quote is, it may have been, the origination may not have been his, but he said this often, is that the biggest mistake we make in life is thinking that we have more time. The biggest mistake we make in life is thinking we have more time. Just like that, you're gone, right? And life progresses forward. Life moves us forward. And that's the sort of the beauty and the sadness about life is that regardless of our feelings, life moves on and your light gets turned off and someone's light starts to shine brighter. Everyone has their time and the stage and the moment, right? And so this is why Mamba Mentality reinforces you to become the best version of yourself. That's what Mamba Mentality is. And you got to put in that work every single day. Repeat, rinse, lather, repeat, and do it over and over again. That's the dream. In Kobe's words, it's not the destination, it's the journey. That's the dream. I think I got that right. And so I wanted to timestamp my video for today, 126, that it's Mambas across the world and globe like myself that keep his principles and his core teachings and the workabouts, right, the work ethics alive. And it's not just me, I'm sure there are thousands, if not millions, doing the same that I'm doing. Mamba mentality can mean different things to different people, but essentially the core of it is that you want to be better than you were yesterday. You want to be better than you were yesterday, and how you show up, right? And you have to outdo yourself. You have to outdo your yesteryear. You have to outdo your yesterday. That's what you need to do. And each day is the demand, the excellence, right? You seek from yourself. And you'll know when you're not giving it your 100%. You'll know it. You'll know it. There's an internal voice, and I feel every bit of it. You know, January has been a tough month for me to just being consistently dropping videos, and I have not been doing it. But the only solace I have in this is that I have behind the scenes, I've been doing my training, working out, 10,000 plus steps, water, fasting, all of that. I just haven't been consistently producing videos. But so, you know, you have to sometimes remind yourself and realign with your purpose. I think January is really a tough month for a lot of people. And here's where I will say that if you do this right, 12 months, 365, on a month like January, where you feel a little sluggish after the holidays, when you feel a little lethargic and the energy, the fog is all there, you're still pretty much intact, meaning that you haven't gained a lot of weight, you haven't lost a lot of weight, you've maintained your muscle mass, you essentially are mostly intact. That's what the best version is. Keep doing this 365, this thing called life. Keep doing it 365, and you may not resonate with a lot of people, you know, and that's okay, but this is your journey. Because if anything, that helicopter crash showed us is that in a split second, your life is gone. And that was, in my humble opinion, a mistake. They should not have flown that day. But of course, we're alive to say that, right? You should not have, you couldn't have, or you must not have, and if only, if this, if that. But none of those matter because the statistics, the probability of what had to happen, happened based on their choice to fly. Uh, some people say that his death was just a setup. Somewhere I read online, and I cannot find that article anymore, is that there was an Indian scientist with a significantly large health company or bio lab company that had a problem with his Black Mamba label or the name, and there was significant money behind the lawsuit that Kobe Bryant had filed, supposedly, right? And it started kind of all making sense that this could have been a part of a conspiracy theory, but I'm not trying to spark that 5 years later, but I'm just sharing what I have seen, what I have read, what I have found on the net. Now, when I go back and try to find these articles, I cannot find them. That's crazy, huh? So, because his death was very unexpected. So were the others, but he was the prominent figure in the plane, right? And considering that his pilot, who was very experienced, flew that same chopper, that same flight, except that the fog uh, really messed him up, and I think he had a panic attack from most of the videos that I've seen. And I mean, I don't want to say I get it, but I wholeheartedly can relate to panic attacks because I talk about it on my channel. So I think I just wish they chose not to fly that day. Uh, you know, but that just correlates to our daily choices, right? Some take extreme risks to get the results, and you know, you want to make sure you're doing it the right way. There are no shortcuts to self-improvement. And I just wanted to talk this through, and just kind of a somber day, but also just grateful to be alive. You know, as I look around me, I'm grateful to be here, to have lived this long, 49, and being able to talk about it and share my experiences, my journey with you all, and put myself out there, because once you're gone, you're put out. If that makes sense, you get it? Probably a horrible way for me to say it, but once you're gone, you're put out. So you might as well put yourself out there anyway. Whether you're doing something right or no, whether you're making a fool of yourself, whether you're looking corny or cringy as f, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know that a lot of people want to do exactly what I'm doing but cannot get started. And I clearly know that getting started was the hardest part of this damn journey. Getting started was the hardest part of this journey. And I'm close to 400 subs. It hasn't moved much in the last month, but that's okay. This is a long game. Hopefully you enjoyed the Messi video. I had a great time at that, watching Inter Miami and watching my guy Lionel Messi live. It was amazing. The video is up, and if you just come in here, thank you for joining the club, watching the video. I am a thriving Gen Xer with a background in, as I've been an R&B musician, pop musician, dance background. I do martial arts, stretching, mobility drills, inspiring Gen Xers to live their best life through intermittent fasting, walking 10,000 steps every day, reducing stress, drinking a lot of water, getting a lot of sleep, all the good things, and life's journey and stories you'll find on this channel. Okay, till the next video, folks. Mamba out.